Hello everybody, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today I have a little unboxing that I'd like to share with you guys, but before I do, I want to highlight and give a shout out to another content creator, EDC Steels. He is constantly posting knives that don't typically go on sale, but he's out there hunting for those deals. And what I got in here is exactly something that I didn't think I would be getting anytime soon, but it came. It was a super good price and I couldn't pass it up. The unboxing knife is going to be this right here. This is the Theory by the, I guess, the late Arcform company, I suppose, heavily modified. This is actually being sent over by Adept Knives, which this is the first time I've ever heard of them. They are based here in California. They are just a couple hours away. They belong to the Inland Empire. From Winchester, so further past, I think they're past Temecula or near Menifee, somewhere around there. It's well past Riverside and all that. But we got a Spyderco. It's been such a long time since I've had a Spyderco on the channel. The last thing I got was my GP Knives exclusive, or I don't know if it was a GP Knives exclusive, but it was a Manix 2. I used that as a size comparison size knife. What we got in here is a brand new model that I have never checked out before. I've never even handled this in person. But this is a Native Chief, and holy hell is it. This is a big freaking knife. I think it's just about, or right at 4 inches of available blade length. And this is crew wear. So this is crew wear, micarta. First, there's a couple firsts going on here for sure as I'm looking over this thing. I believe this is the first time I've ever had anything from Spyderco that wasn't titanium FRN or G10. Yeah, so this is the first micarta that I've ever experienced from Spyderco, and I've heard mixed things about it, but let's go ahead and check this thing out. Oh, look at that freaking thing. It's huge. This literally looks like a kitchen knife. That's probably where it's gonna see a good bit of use, since I like to use a lot of my pocket knives for stuff in the kitchen. Yeah. Nice. It is exactly what I thought it was going to feel like. Just a extra long Native 5. If you guys are longtime viewers of the channel, you'll know that I am a huge fan of the Native 5, whether it's a lightweight, full thickness, whatever. I've had some rare ones in the past as well, but of course I've had to sell them off and whatever. The only one that I currently have in the collection is the size comparison one right here. This is actually a Frankenstein one, so M4 DLC. And then the teal came from something else, and then I went ahead and darkened up the teal. But yeah, this is exactly what I thought it was gonna feel like. When you look at the ergonomic lines, if I stack these two in hand, yeah, exactly the same grip position as I hold both of these. They are completely mirrored, or not mirrored, but yeah, exactly the same. That's crazy. So that means that I'm probably gonna love this thing. As much as I enjoy this knife, it's something that I've been carrying less and less because I've been attracted to much larger knives lately, and I think this is gonna be a good one to have around. Now, I believe the full thickness scaled material versions do have washers. I'll have to take this apart just to double check, because I'm not 100% sure, of course. I have very little experience with crew wear. To be honest, I think the last thing I had that was in crew wear was something that was lent into the channel by a family member of mine. I think it would have been pretty cool to see like a DLC version of this, and this just kind of looks like wood. It's so dry and so plain looking. If anybody out there knows of someone who makes custom scales for the Native Chief, let me know, because I want to look into it. This is probably a unit that's going to stick around for a long time. There's something about crew wear. working hardness of 60 to 65. That's a huge freaking range. I think it'd be fair to put this smack in the middle. You know, let's say 62.5. So yeah, sure. You know, my knife is, there you go. I don't need a freaking HRC machine. But I'm gonna go show you guys what this thing looks like up close. All right, so my opinion still stays strong with the one and only thing that I hate about these knives is that you need 3 different bits to take them apart. You got T6s on the clip, 3 of them. You have the 4 body screws, which are T8, and then the 2 pivot screws, which are T10. So let's go ahead. We're just gonna pop off this scale sight here. Let's do the pivot. Pivots should be captured on this. Should be. I don't know why they wouldn't be. I'll take the weight in a second once I slap it back together. I'm just curious to see what it's running on in the pivot. Yeah, I'll take the weight. We'll test out the factory edge. I have, you know, pretty high expectations. It's Spyderco, of course, so, you know, in my mind, it's pretty high up there. It's good for them, you know. Okay. Oh, nice. So, I am curious if all native chiefs are constructed like this or if it is just the micarta variations, but look what we got here. So we have this little plate that is held in by this pin. The pin is, of course, holding in the lock. There's a spring bar here. This is all steel. Just run my finger up this real quick. And yeah, that's a jagged edge. I am not really impressed by that. That's actually kind of upsetting, seeing how much these knives cost. I would expect a little bit more care. But yeah, there we go. Some phosphor bronze washers, like nice and shiny, and on the other side as well. So this is also, you know, one of the models, like a lot of models from Spyderco, where you can carry 4-way with a pocket clip. But if anybody else has a native chief out there, let me know if just some or if all have this, and including the lightweight variations, because depending how much I love this knife, I may end up picking up a salt native chief, because I'd like something to have while I'm, you know, out there by the coast. All right, this thing looks good. Nice and shiny, but let's get this back on there. So a little bit of gap right there. These pieces are not exactly even or flush. Now, I'm not expecting them to meet up and touch, but one side has like a droopy lip, basically. Good Lord. Oh. Just pulling this thing through the blade. Holy shit. Tip. Freaking beautiful. Wow. That is just incredible. Experiencing stuff like this reminds me that I still have a good way to go, because how this knife feels from the factory out of the box, and no, it's not just because it's Spyderco or because it's in crewwear, it's based off of one's skill and the finishing work that's put into the blade, the consistency, in my opinion, when it comes to sharpening. But a lot of my knives that I finish off for sharpening, I stop at like 400 to 600 grit, do high stropping up to 0.5 micron, they end up feeling like this, which is nothing to scoff at. I mean, I'm pretty proud of the work that I'm able to accomplish. But the fact that this is this incredible from the factory makes me think that there is still a level that I have not reached yet. And that's okay. I'm here to learn. I mean, I wouldn't know. It's close to 5 ounces or just under 5 ounces. I'm way off. It's well under 5 ounces. Holy crap. 3.7, that is quite impressive. This is another large knife that I like to use quite a bit. Sencut Glide Strike. Oh man, this is bigger than the Glide Strike. That's crazy. Sabenza 31 large. Spyderco Manix 2 lightweight. The only other knife in my collection that could actually stack up and is actually larger. There we go. The Keen 2 by Best Tech Knives. It is still the king of the collection. Damn. Yeah, this is a sick freaking knife right here. Recon 1. And the Recon 1 is just a hair. I'm talking an eighth longer. The amount of available cutting edge is actually more. So that's interesting. Once. Civivi Vexilla. It is exactly the same tip to tail. It's gonna take a second before I'm able to smoothly reverse flick that out. Thumb flick's good. It's definitely gonna keep shredding off the top layer of my thumb, so I'm not gonna be doing that all that often. Yeah, but just as expected. I mean, super sharp, crispy there on the hole. Wish that they'd done just a little touch of chamfer. It's something that you can do with the home place. It's really not that big of a deal. The clip, while it is ugly, it is absolutely function first, just like majority of Spyderco's design language. Beautiful jimping here on the spine portion. Now the jimping is actually just standing straight up versus angled backwards. And you do have, jimping here in the forward finger choil. But yeah, that's a good one for sure. Just look at how much is left over out there, and just wow, just so much freaking blade. I don't know why, but it's just the presence of this when it's opened up. It makes me think like this would have been the longest thing in my collection, but it actually isn't. So yeah, it's really not that bad. And I say that lightly. It is still a huge freaking knife, and most people are not going to be carrying something like this on a day-to-day basis. Yeah, I think when I get some time, I will end up, because even feeling from the outside here on the mid-mounted backlog, I can feel that crispy edge. I'm probably going to go over and just, with some really worn out like 2000 grit sandpaper and just give it a little touch up, probably hit that hole really quick. It's not going to really do anything besides just knock off what feels like a jagged burr. That's the only thing that's kind of disappointing about this, is that it just feels kind of rushed, in the ways of finishing the steel components on this. The hardware looks good, feels great, has plenty of depth to the tooling. That is it. If you like this video, go ahead and leave a like down below. If you are subscribed already, thank you so much. I appreciate all your support and your patience, of course. If you are not subscribed, please consider subscribing, as I play more videos and content coming your guys' way. With that being said, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.